It depends.
It isn't often you see our Steve on Your Side producer, Anna Houston, on this side of the lens.
So how did you know he was here?
But that's her on a Monday morning in March in the entrance of an Arvada Walmart.
Our daughter's phone had been stolen, and they were able to track it.
It shows up right here.
See, Anna spent the weekend staring at a map on her phone, watching her daughter's phone move from the Joann's on Colfax and Lakewood, where it was swiped, to a nearby apartment. It rode the light rail, stopped at several bus stations in Denver, another apartment, a 7-Eleven. Then it landed at a Walmart in Arvada, where it just stopped.
We never want someone to go try to recover any stolen property themselves. Give us a call.
Chase Amos is with Arvada PD, who Anna called when the phone stopped at that Walmart, and she realized what was in the lobby.
I called them.
An ecoATM.
It's a company where you can sell your old, unneeded personal devices, your cell phones, for cash on the spot.
The automated machines ask for an ID and a charged phone. They take the phone and spit out cash.
Okay, I see.
As Anna stared at that drawer full of cell phones, she couldn't help but wonder how many others might have been stolen too.
iPhone locked to owner.
Arvada police told us Anna's case is only the second they've heard of.
Do you think that's underreported maybe?
It might be. I think, stolen phones in general probably are.
Steve on Your Side asked local police departments for records on cases involving ecoATMs. We found 358 mentions of the machines in cases in Aurora in the last 12 years. 383 mentions of ecoATMs in Denver police reports since 2020. And 26 cases in Inglewood in the last 5 years.
What happened to your phone?
On St. Patrick's Day last year, I see some guys walking behind me, didn't think much of it. Next thing I know, I'm like laying on the ground.
Michael Dills is one of those cases.
We get home, pull out my iPad, pull up Find My, and I'm like, that's really weird. It's at a Walmart in Inglewood.
Dills says he went to the Walmart and realized that his phone was pinging inside the machine, so he called ecoATM and says they told him there wasn't much they could do at the time.
And it'll arrive at our warehouse in Louisville, Kentucky, and we'll ship it back to you. No charge. Maybe a week and a half later, something like that. It pings at the warehouse in Louisville, Kentucky.
So Dill says he called again.
They're saying, no, it's definitely, it's not. We searched our records, this and that. And I'm like, it is. I'll send you screenshots. Like, it's at that warehouse. So I'm just getting the runaround, basically. And then I got a random text from a UK phone number.
I've bought an iPhone. It have your messages, emails, cards, banknotes.
And then they started saying, like, well, I'm gonna get your personal data and all this stuff. And that escalated.
The phone is going to be auctioned on the black market with your personal information. And that was the last Dill heard from them. In a statement, ecoATM told Steve on Your Side they never could locate Dill's phone and acted in good faith, sending him a replacement.
I can't help but look at this and think, could this just be kind of a venue for stolen property?
At face value, the idea that you can walk in and sell stolen property to a machine, it seems like the perfect vehicle to further your crime. I'm impressed with ecoATM's verification methods.
Here's how it works.
There are a series of steps you have to go through at the machine that are in place to ensure that you're fully identified in the event that that is a stolen device.
Yep, so I see him.
It seems the best thing you can do if your stolen phone ends up in that machine is to intercept it at the machine.
We're trying to verify it.
Back in that Arvada Walmart, police figured out which of these phones belonged to Anna.
Posizione di iPhone può essere visualizzata dalla
And verified the serial number,
Yeah, this is it.
ending the phone's long, strange trip.
Now the full door is closed.
She was so excited when she got back to the office and had the phone in her hands. ecoATM does keep a copy of a photo ID and a thumbprint, and the company says it has live people looking at IDs and the camera feed from that machine to verify the seller is who they say they are. They provide that information to law enforcement if a phone is reported stolen. But after reviewing all the cases, we didn't find one with a prosecution because it's hard to prove that the person who sold the phone is the person who stole the phone. This is a good time to remind people to look for and write down both the serial number and the IMEI number on your phone. They're usually in the About section in your settings. And if you lose your phone, report that number to police. You can look it up in a database. They can look it up in a database, potentially get it back to you. Steve Stager, Steve on Your Side, 9 News.
I have so many questions.
Yeah, me too.
Number one, how much money do you get for said phone?
It ranges. If it's a good phone in good condition, you can get quite a few $100 for it. In the case of Anna's daughter's phone, it was $31. We know that because ecoATM provided all the information to the police department to try to start an investigation. But the problem with Anna's investigation is the police basically told her, we can look into this, but proving the person who sold the phone is the person who stole the phone is really, really difficult, and likely why we didn't find any prosecutions as we look back on this.
No one's going to say I did it.
No.
The other thing is, like, so report it right away, because that does at least speed it up. And I'm sure that they would tell you a million times, don't follow the ping yourself.
Don't do it. Yeah, do not go to the place where you see the phone pinging. But if you do see it pinging in like the entrance of a store, call the police and let them know you know where it is, you think it might be inside one of these machines, and get it back that way.
Super interesting. That was a great story. We're glad Anna's daughter got the phone back.
Yes, she's glad too.
Yeah, she was probably in a little trouble.
She was going to be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah, that's the way it works out. Okay. All right. Thanks, Steve.